Welcome back to the Great American Western. Today we're diving into a comparison between the original 1957 3:10 to Yuma and its 2007 remake. Both films are considered classics, but like any remake, there are bound to be improvements and areas where the original holds its ground. So let's take a look at 5 ways the 3:10 to Yuma remake is better than the original, and 5 ways it isn't. The 2007 3:10 to Yuma remake brought an intensity and scale to its action scenes that were not possible in the original. With modern cinematography, special effects, and a bigger budget, the remake amps up the excitement in key moments, including the thrilling train station shootout. While the 1957 film focused more on tension and atmosphere, the remake capitalizes on fast-paced action that resonates with today's audiences, adding a layer of visceral intensity that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. One of the most significant strengths of the remake lies in its character development. While both films center around the complex relationship between the outlaw Ben Wade and rancher Dan Evans, the 2007 version delves deeper into their motivations and backstories. Russell Crowe's portrayal of Ben Wade adds layers of complexity, making him a more morally ambiguous figure, while Christian Bale's Dan Evans is given a richer, more emotional arc as a man desperate to prove himself to his family. The remake's focus on personal stakes makes the characters more relatable and compelling. The 2007 remake benefits from modern filmmaking advancements that bring a polished look and feel to the story. From dynamic camera work and detailed sound design to the overall production quality, the remake immerses viewers in a visually striking version of the Old West. Practical effects, real locations, and attention to costume and set design all contribute to a more immersive experience, making the 2007 version stand out with its high production values. In the remake, the story is given more room to breathe, with additional subplots and characters that flesh out the world. The 1957 original is tightly focused on its core plot, transporting Ben Wade to justice. But the remake adds more layers, like the strained relationship between Dan Evans and his son, which heightens the emotional stakes. While some might see this as adding unnecessary complexity, others appreciate the broader scope and deeper exploration of the world. In the 2007 version, Russell Crowe's portrayal of Ben Wade presents a more nuanced and sympathetic villain. While still ruthless, this version of Wade is more introspective and morally ambiguous. He shows flashes of empathy, particularly toward Dan Evans and his family, which humanizes him in ways that Glenn Ford's more straight-up villain did not. This added complexity allows for more emotional depth, giving the audience a character who feels more conflicted about his actions. While the remake certainly has its strengths, the original has a timeless quality that can't be overlooked. Now let's take a look at 5 ways the 1957 3:10 to Yuma still holds its ground. The original 3:10 to Yuma is a lean, focused story. At its heart, it's a straightforward, high-stakes western about one man's duty and another man's desperation. It doesn't need elaborate action sequences or expanded subplots to convey tension. In fact, its minimalist approach is one of its greatest strengths, allowing the psychological drama between the characters to take center stage without distraction. The 1957 film is often seen as a quintessential Western, embodying the core themes of the genre: honor, duty, and the moral struggle between good and evil. The remake, while exciting and layered, takes a more modern approach to these themes, making the characters more morally ambiguous, and the lines between hero and villain blurrier. But the original's clear sense of right and wrong is a hallmark of classic westerns, and that simplicity gives it a unique place in the genre's history. The original film excels at building tension between Dan Evans and Ben Wade through subtle psychological means. It's a cat-and-mouse game of wits, with the bulk of the action taking place in conversations and small gestures rather than shootouts. Glenn Ford's portrayal of Ben Wade in particular is charming, yet menacing, creating a constant sense of unease. The 1957 version relies more on suspense and dialogue to build its atmosphere, which some argue creates a deeper sense of drama. While Russell Crowe and Christian Bale deliver excellent performances in the remake, the original cast also left a lasting impression. Glenn Ford, typically known for playing the hero, turned in a memorable performance as Ben Wade, bringing a smooth charm to the character that made his villainy even more unsettling. And Van Heflin's Dan Evans is a stoic, determined figure who embodies the Western archetype of the reluctant hero. Their dynamic feels classic in a way that resonates with fans of old-school Westerns. The 1957 .310 to Yuma arrived during the height of the Western genre's popularity. It helped define the Western's golden age, influencing countless films that followed. The remake, while successful, didn't have the same genre-defining impact. The original's cultural significance in shaping the Western canon gives it an enduring legacy that the remake, despite all its strengths, cannot match. Both the original .310 to Yuma and its 2007 remake have their own merits, and ultimately, which one is better comes down to personal preference. The remake stands out for its action, character depth, and modern production values, while the original holds strong with its simplicity, psychological tension, and place in Western history. Which version do you prefer? Let us know in the comments below. And before we wrap up, I've got something special for all you Clint Eastwood fans. Our next video will be a deep dive into one of his greatest films, Unforgiven. We'll explore why this movie redefined the Western genre and cemented Eastwood's place as a Western legend. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching The Great American Western. We'll see you in the next video.